First, it's an announcement about short-term rentals elimination in British Columbia. Now it's speculation and vacancy tax announcement this week. What is next? That's the question on everybody's mind. And of course, we're getting a ton of calls this way. And we are hearing the question, hey, how does it affect us? My name is Sergej from neuHouzz team. And today we're coming at you with the update on the newly released information from the British Columbia government. So as we all know, government's been really pushing and figuring out the way how to create housing affordability and also even the number of units that we are providing for people who are out there, younger people and anybody who is maybe unable to afford all of those expensive homes that we're currently seeing in the key markets like West Coast, Vancouver, and here in the Okanagan. So what happened, guys? Well, this week the government announced 13 new municipalities that are going to be affected by speculation and vacancy tax starting January 2025. That means that you don't have to do anything this year coming up in 24, but on January 2025, when you are ready to update your taxes and everything else, you will have to fill out the paperwork, which will technically exempt you from paying a speculation and vacancy tax on your primary residence. That is almost kind of like you are guilty until proven innocent. So therefore, if I own my home in January of 2025, I'll have to fill out the exemption that I do live here, and therefore I am not eligible to be paying the speculation and vacancy tax. What are those new 13 municipalities? Well, areas such as Penticton, Summerland, immediately affecting us here. Vernon, Coldstream, we have Lake Country and Peachland, Kamloops, Salmon Arm, all of those municipalities now included in speculation vacancy tax. There's total about 59 municipalities that are under that. Since 2018, approximately, the government collected back about $313 million in back tax pay, and therefore they were applying it into the housing ventures that they are trying to propose homes for people, more homes for people. So they are putting that, they're putting it back in. Well, I guess the biggest thing for you to know is that it's only about 1%, less than 1%. So 99% of people in British Columbia live in their own residence. About 1% who maybe has a second residence in the area, and therefore they will be affected unless that second residence that they own, which is kind of like their investment property, that has a long-term tenant. Now, if you have 6-month-long tenant in that place, and at the time of filling out your exemption form, you can prove that it was tenanted for 6 months, you will be exempt from paying that tax. Now, there's 2 tiers for tax. For somebody who's maybe offshore owner, they are not paying, or maybe they are from the United States and they pay majority of their taxes in another country, those folks will be in their home here in Okanagan and other municipalities that are affected by spec and vacancy tax, they will be paying 2% on the value of the house. Now, if you are a British Columbian who lives here, or a Canadian, and you pay taxes in Canada, majority of your taxes, it's only 0.5%. So there's a big difference. And of course, hopefully you have a long-term tenant, so therefore you will be exempt and excluded. So guys, it's an interesting announcement. We're getting phone calls, and some folks are extremely disappointed and saying, we can't even use the real estate as an investment vehicle. It's how people make money, and they've been, being a real estate investor is not glamorous. We only, I think, hearing often a highlight reel of those successful real estate investors, but we actually know mom and pop who worked all their life, and therefore, they maybe got themselves a residence in British Columbia. that they're enjoying because they live in Saskatchewan or Manitoba. They come out and that's their getaway. And we understand that we have a crisis on our hands with affordability. It's a double-edged sword. Will that announcement help the number of units that are out there for sale? Will it adjust the affordability for regular British Columbians? It's a very, very interesting topic. I don't think we have enough time here to discuss, but of course, if you want to know more about all of those new things that's being implemented in Canada here, reach out to us at neuHouzz team. We're always happy to have a conversation with you, give you an update about what's happening here, hyper locally, and that's the most important thing. So guys, pleasure to chat with you here virtually. Hopefully you found this information helpful. Don't ever hesitate to pick up a phone and reach to the neuHouzz team. We're here for you. We're going to look after you. We're going to treat you really, really special. Bye for now, guys.